Alright guys, well, I'm back with a wrestling review, a retro wrestling review should I say. This is going to be the first of many. I've decided that I'm going to rewatch the Monday Night Wars from about mid-95, basically the first episode of WCW Monday Nitro. So I'm going to watch WCW, going to watch WWF, and I'm going to watch ECW up until, I don't know, whenever I choose to stop watching. And I'm going to review each show, each pay-per-view, and upload it to the channel, give my thoughts on the matches, the promos, and basically what I thought of wrestling back then. So, first show up is going to be the first ever WCW Monday Nitro. I believe it was in September, don't know the exact date, but I think it was September 1995. And it was a decent show considering it was first show. I'll be honest, it's decent. The matches were pretty good as well, if you take in consideration it was the mid-90s. And I don't think you have to kind of, you know, remember where you were back then. You're not going to see fucking loads of 450 splashes and all that stuff, but it was more about psychology and just ring psychology and dominance and like real technical wrestling, not this high flying. I mean, jumping over, doing a suicide dive and doing 450 flips while going over the top rope, that doesn't mean you're a good technical wrestler. That's like I mean, so what, you can use a trampoline, right? Big fucking deal. That doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going to go on and talk about the show now, but I just want to say one thing here. Fucking Hulk Hogan looks about 30 years older in the 90s than he does now. I don't know what it is with this guy, but fuck, see when you see him on the screen, man, he looks like your great-great-grandpa. But nowadays, he could probably pass about 50, whereas back then, he looked about 90. It's fucking weird, right? But anyway, we kick off the show with Eric Bischoff. We've got the announce team. I think it's Eric Bischoff, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and who's the other? Yeah, they introduce Steve Mongo McMichael out. He's going to be the third announcer, and they talk about the show. So we kick off with the first match. It is Jushin Liger taking on Flying Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman gets the win over Flying Brian. Decent match to start off the show. It was good, solid action. The way they introduced it, they kind of hyped up Jushin Liger on about how he comes from Japan. So I thought obviously he was going to get the win, but no, they didn't. They used him to put over Brian Pillman. No problems with that. It was a good match. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Then we seen Lex Luger walking about. I believe recently he just made the jump from WWF, so I think that's why it was such a big deal. You seen him walking about backstage, and then you seen him doing some other shit where he was, fuck, I don't know. He was there, guys. That's what you need to know. They were just basically showing him to let you know that Lex Luger is in the building. We then cut to like a backstage segment. Well, it wasn't backstage, it was somewhere else, Miami Steakhouse somewhere. Obviously pre-recorded because Eric Bischoff was interviewing Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's sitting outside the steakhouse. He's talking. He's got the Hulkamaniacs. He's talking about Big Bubba Rogers. He's going to be in trouble tonight in his match, and he talks about Pasta Mania and all his Hulkamanias and the pasta running pasta. He's talking about pasta and running wild on people. Pasta Mania and Hulkamanias eating their pasta roonies and fucking hell, man, god awful segment. Only Hulk Hogan could cut this kind of promo and make it, let's go mediocre. Anyone else cuts this promo and it's a fucking disaster. Anyone else cuts this promo and WCW Nitro's probably cancelled on the spot right there. But I don't know, Hulk Hogan, it was very fucking corny, but it's just he kind of gets away with doing this kind of shit, man. So he's talking about pasta and the pasta's going to help him run wild on Big Bubba Rogers. Good luck with that one. Then we move on to the next match. It is Sting taking on Ric Flair for the US title. What kind of match is that in the middle of the card? Fuck me. That's like a pay-per-view match, and they're giving you it in the middle of the card. Again, solid match. It ends in a bit of controversy. Ric Flair, man, puts on the figure 4, refuses to let go. I think then he grabs the ropes for a bit of leverage. Referee doesn't break it, so he calls for the bell. Big Arn Anderson comes in. He forces Ric Flair to release the hold, and then him and Flair get in a bit of a brawl, and Sting watches on as they kind of brawl to the back. Like I said, good match. I'll give it the same as the first one. I'll give it a, considering it is a TV show, and I think back then they weren't really interested in putting on great matches, I'll give it a 6, the same as I give the Jushin Luger and Flying Brian match. So 2 6s, not bad. And then we move on to the main event where it's Hulk Hogan taking on Big Bubba, or Big John, you know, Big Boss Man, whatever the fuck he's called. And Hulk Hogan defeats him, no surprise. Pretty short match. Hulk Hogan wins with a leg drop. It was your average Hulk Hogan match where he, you know, at the end he hulks up, eating your pasta, brother, saying your prayers, brother, running wild on you. That's all, you know what I mean? All that kind of shape for Hulk Hogan, and he gets the win for a leg drop. And then it's all these big fat guys come out, the Dungeon of Doom, come out trying to attack Hogan. Hogan fends them off, doesn't need any help, but he gets some help in the form of Lex Luger. Lex Luger gets in the ring, helps him clear the ring, but Hogan was doing it all with his big punches of doom. And then we cut to a break. I'll give the Hogan match I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I'll give it a 3 out of 10, man. It wasn't terrible. It was just your average Hulk Hogan match, aka shite. You know what I mean? But there you go. And then the segment was decent. With Luger coming out helping him, and then we end the show with Luger and Hulk Hogan having a bit of fairbage between each other. Luger says that he's here in WCW, he's beat everyone Hogan's beaten, he's beat the same guys Hogan's beat, he wants to be acknowledged, he wants some credit, he wants a shot at the WCW title. I think he talks about joining Hulk Hogan's team or whatever. No, he doesn't. No, fuck, apologies, he doesn't. Hogan takes the mic off him and he goes, I know who you are, brother. I know who you're beating, but this strap belongs to me, brother. And, what you gonna do when I job and drop the leg on you? He comes out with all that shit, and then I think he says to Lex Luger he'll give him a title shot next week on Nitro if Lex Luger joins his team at the pay-per-view Fall Brawl. Lex Luger and Hulk Hogan shake hands. Macho Man, and I can't remember who the other guy in the ring was, but I think it might have been Sting. It might have been Sting. They all run wild, man. They're all chanting and shit like this, and that ends the show, guys. So, I mean, decent ending segment there. Overall, the show was not bad. the Hulk Hogan promo was corny as fuck, and the Hulk Hogan match wasn't that good. But I mean, apart from that, there's nothing I can fault on the show and say it was bad. So, solid opening to this Monday Nitro, the first ever show that they've done. I'm going to go ahead and give this I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, man. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 fair? I think it is. Or should I give it, I don't know. No, we'll give it a 6 out of 10. I think a 6 out of 10 is very fair. The matches were decent, the segment was decent. There you go, guys, 6 out of 10. Happy enough with that rating. Decent start to Monday Night Nitro. Next up will be Raw, and then we'll be doing ECW, then it'll be on to next week's Nitro, and so on. So, hi guys, if you've watched this, let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't watched it, what you doing? Sign up to the WWE Network. Only $9.99. Watch this Nitro, and let me know down below what you thought of this show. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was a decent show. Nothing too bad on it. But anyway, guys, that is it from SOS TV. Until next time.